crown is made of 100% real, pure quartz crystal. Quartz is an amplifying crystal. So it amplifies energy, it makes it bigger, it makes it brighter, it makes it more. And let's be real, we need a lot of help. So whatever help we can get at this point, we're calling them crystals.
Okay. Okay. So we've now got a crown that has got powers or positivity by the sounds of it. Okay, cool. So, you know what I don't understand about people? Knowing that your relationship has a lot of cracks that are deep, cracks that need a lot of help, but yet you still continue to want to be with that person. I think it's one thing to continue want to be with that person just on a normal standard of boyfriend and girlfriend. But it's a whole other ballgame to then want to be engaged to that person. And then there's a whole other level to then want to be married to that person. But it's okay though, because Ashley's got crystals that's going to make sure that their marriage is successful. Yes! Power to the crystals! You see how stupid that I sound right now? How pathetic I sound right now? If only Ashley could reflect and realize how stupid and pathetic that she sounds right now. Like honestly, really and truly. Is this what life has come to? People relying on crystals to make sure that their relationship goes to the right direction or whatever the hell she's trying to imply or say or whatever. Oh my goodness gracious me. This woman has lost her freaking mind. But then again though, it is subjective if Ashley ever had a freaking sane mind anyway. But with that being said though, in this episode we're going to discover Manuel having a conversation with Ashley's mom for the first time. Well, let's get into it.
Doesn't know about the crown.
What do you think he's thinking when he sees you walk down with the crown?
That I look like a sirena, a mermaid of the sea.
Ooh.
To be fair, this is a good point to actually talk about the fact that he doesn't know about the crown. And let's be real, we know that he's already somebody that does not believe in witches, somebody that arguably isn't even comfortable with a witch. Because that's not something that but obviously where he's from, a witch is a negative thing. There's nothing positive about it. Meanwhile, Ashley loves to prove the point that he's wrong. But here's the thing though, that is quite interesting because at the very beginning of the season, they really wanted to emphasize on him not necessarily being a fan of the fact that she's a witch. And she made it into a big thing. But ever since she told him, they haven't really made a conversation about it since, to be fair. That is quite strange and quite interesting. But also at the same time though, why would he want to marry somebody who he thinks is the devil? Somebody who he thinks worships that. Somebody he thinks that, you know, is a witch in a negative way. And I guess this is the problem with their relationship. Their relationship always have question marks about how pure is it? Are they getting married for the right reasons? Is he with her for the right reasons? Is he there just to be in the States or is he there because he wants to be with her? Sometimes I wonder what her angle is, to be fair. I wonder what she gets out of this relationship because she's had every reason to escape it. And let's not forget, Ashley's somebody that is very sensitive and very dramatic when she's sensitive. So you'd imagine that she wouldn't be with somebody that triggers that dramatic side of her, unless, of course, she just loves that side of her because it brings her attention or drama or whatever the hell it could be. I don't know. Ashley just doesn't make sense for the most part. And nor does Manuel, if you ask me personally. But yeah, we continue.
Actually, that's a cop-out answer. I'm sorry.
I mean, Cece, if he doesn't want to hang out with the gringos, I can't make him hang out with us.
It's like we're doing so much to make him feel comfortable, and he's always like pushing back. People are turned off by Manuel. I think there needs to be a lot of growing in his maturity.
Haven't had a relationship where there's this much chemistry. It's fire. We are very attracted to each other.
Sometimes I wonder when people talk about their relationship with somebody, I wonder when they say what they say, are they trying to convince the people around them or are they trying to convince themselves that their relationship is healthy? You know, should it be a big deal that your family may not like him? Should it be a big deal that your friends may not like him? Not necessarily. It really depends on the context, really depends on the situation. But at the same time though, if when people ask you about your partner, if you can't come up with an answer that involves emotion, but your answer is more based on physicality, isn't that a concern? I mean, listen, the mum brings up a very good point.
You guys fight, and then you have sex, and you fight, and you have sex, and you have more sex, and you fight. Like, where's the dialogue?
You see what I mean? But let's be real, I feel like even though we haven't been exposed to their physical side, I think it's quite plain and clear to see that, yeah, their whole relationship is literally based on intimacy. Nothing else. If anything, it's based on toxic intimacy. So these two are getting married based on toxic energy. They're not getting married based on pure energy. No, this is pure toxic energy. But Ashley wants to sit there and then have this as an excuse.
Faith, Mom, you know?
I know, honey. I'm just worried. I want you to be happy, but I also want to talk to him because he's doing some things that I'm not happy with.
You know, when you are with someone and you're a boyfriend or girlfriend, you can have faith that yes, the relationship could get better. But here's the thing though, if that faith doesn't really work when you're just a couple, it's not going to work if you then get engaged. And it's definitely not going to work when you get married. So this faith that she talks about, this is faith that you should have really figured out whilst you were just in a relationship, not whilst you're on the verge of getting married. If you're on the verge of getting married, you shouldn't have faith. You should have nothing but pure love at that point. You know, pure love, both physically and mentally. Not going into something being like, oh yeah, physically we're good. But you know, when it comes to our context of our relationship, yeah, well, faith is going to drag us through. In fact, my crown is going to help us through as well at the same time. Ashley does not realistically listen to herself when she talks. I don't understand this woman, to be honest with you, purely because she's hella dramatic about a lot of things. But then when it comes to really processing things that matters, it's like she's very hesitant to even process it properly. Like she's always looking for an excuse to say why this will be fine. Some people are just born to convince themselves. Some people are just born to deceive themselves. Some people are just born just to lie to themselves. It's quite sad. It's quite tragic.
Sad, mad, don't run away.
Funciona conmigo.
That's how it works with me.
Cuando me enojo y ella no me entiende.
When I get angry and she doesn't understand me,
Prefiero que...
shut up and go out and relax.
¿Sí?
See, I understand. Just forever. You can't just walk away.
Pero el matrimonio es para...
Attraction first before love came, which is not always good to build a marriage on. I think it may not necessarily be the right decision, but it's her decision.
I like the fact that this was brought up to him. I like the fact that he was confronted about the fact that each time something goes south with you two, you shouldn't run away. You should stand there and you should try and, you know, actually figure it out. Running isn't going to solve anything. You know, so I like that. You know, and I like the fact that she's obviously said that, but at the same time, though, his response isn't good enough. Like, his response is the kind of response that tells me that she's in for you. You shouldn't be with somebody that makes you feel like as if you should just be quiet and just, you know, just disappear and then come back when you're relaxed. That doesn't make sense, because that means you're never going to solve anything. It means your issues are always going to be reoccurring, but you never speak about them. All you ever do is run away from them. And run away from your problems never helps anybody.
Are you sure you want to get married?
Son ustedes con los que quieren casarse.
Sí, ¿verdad?
Sure.
Lo que pasa es que nos amamos y queremos tratar de ella. Quienes no se soporta ni ella misma.
What happens is that we...
That's an interesting comment, though, isn't it? To say that, you know, sometimes she can't even stand herself because of her own attitude. Interesting. I mean, is that him basically saying that, you know, each time they have issues, it's predominantly because of her? And, you know, it's something that she projects on her accord? It's a very interesting statement to make, to be fair. I'm not saying it's wrong, you know. If anything, it probably has a lot of truth behind it, because Ashley's somebody that's always overreacting, always so dramatic. And I can imagine for her to always be one of these people that overreacts and then comes back and says, you know, I'm sorry. But that's the problem, though. If she's that kind of person who does that all the time, that is draining. If she does it all the time, no wonder why he runs away and avoids having conversations with her, because what's the point? You can't have a conversation with somebody that always overreacts and screams and does some madness. And let's be real, Ashley's always raising her voice. Maybe this is him saying that it's her that's sabotaging the relation more than me. There is that potential. Well, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking, and we can most certainly talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.